Counting collections is a great experience for learning mathematics at school and at home. So how do we start? The good news is that students can count almost anything. Younger students might count larger objects, such as fence posts, leaves, dolls, and stuffed animals. Try not to be concerned if your child starts to sort his or her collection. They are very interested in the shape and color of the objects they are counting. Encourage your child to continue to count the entire collection of objects, no matter their shape, size, or color. How many should you count? In kindergarten, start with just a few and work toward counting as many as 10 objects. Watch to be sure that your child is counting each object only one at a time, and listen to be sure they're saying their numbers in the correct order. They are learning the number order to 100.
I have just a collection of keys that I just happen to have at my house. If I have all these keys, could we just count those keys? Can you show me how you would count them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Very good. What is your brain saying when you do this and you say 1, 2? So 1 key plus 1 key
Equals 2.
Oh, makes 2 keys. You kept all your keys in a straight line. Could you arrange them? Show me what you would do. Interesting. Now, do we still have 10 keys? We do have 10 keys because we didn't take any keys away and we didn't add any keys. What does this remind you of?
A 10 frame.
A 10 frame. What's something that you could maybe count when you get home?
I have more than 10 stuffed animals.
You have more than 10 stuffed animals. Can you go home and do a counting collection with your stuffed animals? You could, because you're a mathematician at school and you're also a mathematician
At home.
That's right. Yes, you are, sir.
In first grade, we count up to 120. It doesn't seem like so much more than 100, but carefully listen as your child practices in this range. It's trickier than you think.
It's a group of 5 cups, but how many objects are in each cup?
10.
10 plus 10 makes
20.
20 plus 10 makes
30.
30 plus 20 makes
50.
50. Very good. So here's a group of 5, and you have a group of 5. If I have 50 and you have 50, if we put those together, how many would you get?
100.
All right. Here, how about we add them together? You take a 10 and I'll take a 10. How many's right there?
20.
20. All right. 20 plus 20 is 40. All right. 40 plus 20.
60.
60 plus 20 is
80.
80. And 80 plus 20 is
100.
100. So now let's have one huge pile of 100. When we had 10 cups of 10, that made how many bottle caps?
100.
But then when I add an extra cup of 10, I don't have 10 cups anymore. How many cups do I have?
11.
11 cups of 10, 11 groups of 10, which makes how many bottle caps?
110.
110. So then when I add another group of 10 to my 11, how many groups of 10 do I have now?
12.
12 groups of 10, which makes how many bottle caps?
120.
What if I take one of those cups of 10 away? I don't have 12 cups of 10 anymore. Now how many do I have?
11.
So how many bottle caps does that mean I have?
110.
Girl, that's what I'm talking about.
Second graders count up to 999. They use the number patterns they've learned and apply them, rather than memorizing every single number. We want to become more and more flexible, putting together and taking apart tens and hundreds to build really large collections. They might count pieces of cereal or noodles, using objects like bowls or cups to help them organize.
What are these?
Noodles.
Noodles. What kind of noodles?
Alfredo.
Now, you've already been counting, so we already made one huge plate of noodles. What did we do with the cups before we dumped them on that plate?
We put 10s in each cup.
10 noodles in each cup. So when we combined 10 groups of 10, we got one big group of
100.
100 noodles. So we have 100 noodles here. So I'm looking at how you organize the rest of those noodles. Could you make another group of 100?
Yes.
You could. We could count how you have it organized now. 100.
110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200.
What comes after 200 if you add 10 more?
210, 220, 221, 222, 223, 224.
Right, so we know how many noodles are in the bag. Is there a way that you could arrange those 10 groups of 10 to make it more efficient when you're counting?
You could grab a plate and you could dump these on the plate and make that another 100. Then you have 2 10s left and 4 1s.
All right, well, you look like you know what you're doing. You want to count out loud?
Sure. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,
Look, let's do this. 50 plus 20.
70,
70. Oh, you want, okay. Why don't you do it? 70 plus 20.
90, 100.
Right, so what did you add to that 90? 90 noodles plus,
A 10 is 100.
excellent. All right, so now we have
100, 200, 20, 220,
220.
2,
There you go.
224.
There you go. You got it.
Third graders start to count in groups, flexing their multiplication skills. Consider how to count when objects come in packages. How many markers are in one 8-pack? How many in 2 packs? Or 3? How many eggs in 5 dozen? When planning for a family event, we might ask, if there are 12 cans in a case, how many soda cans do we have in 4 cases?
So if you're counting objects for multiplication, you have to have a group of something, right? It could be like a group of soda cans. So whenever we're doing multiplication, we're just adding groups that have an equal amount, the same number in each group. We can also do counting collections, and we don't have to count every single object. We have a group of, I call them juice boxes, but you like to call them
Straw drink.
And there are, how many did we say?
10.
10 straw drinks in this package. Let's say I was getting ready to throw a birthday party and you invited 47.
You could get 5 boxes and take 7 out of the 5.
And then you would just have 3 extra ones that maybe someone could have an extra one. Do you have sidewalk chalk at home?
Yes.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 1 brother, 2 sisters.
1 brother and 2 sisters, so there's 4 of you. Now in this box of sidewalk chalk, there's 24 pieces of chalk. How many pieces of chalk could you, your brother, and your 2 sisters, if there's 4 of you, how many pieces of chalk could you each get? We gave them 4 pieces of chalk?
6.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, is 6 times 4, 24?
Yes.
I have 4 people, and I'm gonna give each person 6 pieces of chalk. How much chalk do I need to do that?
24.
24 pieces of chalk. Or I could have 24 pieces of chalk, and I want to put them in equal groups.
4 equal groups of 6.
4 equal groups of 6. If I add a whole nother box, I can give each person how many more pieces of chalk, just out of another box.
12.
Because 6 pieces of chalk out of that other box.
That's 12 times 4 equals 48.
12 times 4 equals 48. Where'd you get the 12 from? Because each person only has 6.
Because if you have another 24, and the people already have 6, plus 6 equals 12, so you could give each of them 12 pieces.
Because if you take 6 pieces of chalk out of one box and take 6 pieces of chalk out of another box, that person gets
12
pieces of chalk.
The goal is for children to count and to count often. Providing opportunities for students to count in the world around them makes counting meaningful and fun. They can count as they set the table with plates, or count to tell how many socks they see as they load the dryer. They might also count how many fish the family caught last weekend, or how many nails a project needed. To guide the conversation, ask questions like, how many total objects did you count? How did you count? Try to remember that children will use many different strategies to count, and we encourage this flexible thinking. If you want to share your counting strategy, let your child finish and then share yours. This sharing could launch a thrilling discussion about how your child might count next time. If you have paper or sidewalk chalk around, you can ask your child to create a drawing to represent their collection. They might draw a picture of the objects as they are. They might represent their piles of objects with a running count of how many are in each pile. Or they could choose to show their count on a number line. Remember that counting lays the foundation for all sorts of math skills: addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, fractional understanding, and so much more. It's a big deal. As our students grow, don't forget to keep counting. For additional resources, go to amsci.org. The Mathematics at Home section provides tips and resources for families with a focus on early numeracy, including a monthly calendar of suggested daily activities to support early numeracy at home. These instructional resources exemplify AMSCI's dedication to equity and access for all students. Everyone is a math person.